Hey everybody and welcome back. My name is Sue and I am from OML Embroidery, and today we're going to create another mug rug. And I thought it was kind of funny. The mug rug says "What the Elf" and there's one applique on this mug rug. There it is in the corner, now you can see it. So the first step is going to be the placement line, so we know where to put our fabric and our batting. So I am putting them together, batting first, then the fabric, and it's going to look fantastic when you do it that way. Now, I had busy background and I had busy hat, and I think if I was doing it again, which I'm sure I will do one, I would have the hat the same color and then maybe just a more plain background. You, of course, can play around. I love when people bring in the blues and the pretty colors. It looks fantastic, but I find mine is a little too busy. So I am going to do another one and I'll post it in the OML Embroidery University Facebook group. So I have the batting and the fabric, and now it is going to stitch it down twice to hold it down for us. Once this is done, you can trim, but you don't have to trim until the end. This is a shaped one, so you need matching bobbin thread for the last step. I'll let you know when you need to use it. So the next step is the one applique. So it's the outline for the elf hat. And I just thought this would be really fun to put in, different fabric, different, little scraps, because it's not very big. So you could use up some of your favorite Christmas fabric. So it gives you the outline so we know where to place the fabric. And if you look at the fabric I have, I love it. I love it. It's very Christmassy and plaid and awful pretty. I really like it. So it would have been better if I'd ironed that little piece down, but yeah, I don't always iron stuff. So the second part is going to stitch this down, and it's going to stitch it down twice so it holds it. Now, try not to get your fingers in what I'm doing. You can actually sew through your finger and it's not cool. I haven't done it yet, knock wood, but it could happen anytime. So there we go. It's going to stitch it out twice and hold it down. And the next step for us, yep, is trimming the applique. So I went ahead and did that. And we're starting on the special satin stitches that go around the applique part of the hat. They're kind of fun. They are the satin stitches with a pattern, because you can do applique and you don't have to have just plain satin stitch or anything like that. So think outside the box. I thought it looked really good, and I love the green too that I'm using. It's really nice. Don't forget to add some metallic thread. I think anything on the hat would look great in metallic thread, especially around the outside. Gold, or I have green metallic. I'm not sure why I didn't remember to use that. Green metallic would have looked fantastic. Now, the next parts that are stitching out, it is just stitching. There's no more applique, so you can let it go until the second last step. So it's stitching out the bells for the hat right now. This would be a great time to be using gold thread. I chose a bright yellow. I wanted it to stand out, but you could use gold metallic thread or gold colored thread. You could even use silver quite easily enough, and I think that would really add to the design, and I think it would look fantastic. So the next thing to stitch out is the bottom part of the hat. Now, I decided to not do this in applique. I didn't like how it looked with the two applique, and I thought it would be more fun to play around with colors. And the way this is created is that it has regular fill stitches or tatami stitches, and over top there is a design. And I thought that would be really great, red metallic or red thread with a sparkly metallic on it. Thought instead of using fabric, we can kind of design our own fabric. But I love how this part turns out. Now, in retrospect, I would have liked the background to be plain so that the bottom part of this hat stands out more. or picked another color. Even green would have looked fantastic. So I could have done it green with the white. It would have looked better. I still love how it looks, but it would have looked better and stand out a little bit more. That's what I like to do. So once the pattern is on and I think it looks really cute, it's going to finish up with back stitch or a little stem stitch just to make everything look great. Now we're going to go on to the lettering. Now all of this is hands-free and you don't have to, be ready to applique or anything, which I thought was a nice change of pace for it. So I've sped everything up a little bit. Now, look, once it is done, all of that lettering, the step where you have to pay attention is that we're going to put our backing fabric on. If you're using fabric, make sure the pretty side is face down. I have been using felt and I really enjoy the felt. Once that's stitched down, you trim out the front and you trim out the back and make sure you get the fabric and the batting on the front and just the fabric or felt or whatever you're using on the back. And take your time doing this part. So once it's all cut out, that's when you need to change your bobbin. It is doing the final satin stitches and it looks really good if your bobbin matches your top thread. And I like to do that, and I think it looks fantastic doing it that way. So trim it, change out your bobbin, and then put it back on the machine. Now, it takes a few minutes to stitch out the satin stitches, but it looks fantastic. I really like it. You could try variegated thread on this. You could use regular thread and then use a metallic thread for the fancy lace designs that I always do. And I think that would look fantastic too. So yeah, feel free to play around with it. Variegated thread, as I always say, would look fantastic. Even for the lettering, as long as your background isn't too busy, I think it would look great. And here we are with the mug rug finished. Doesn't that look nice? You see what I mean about the colors, but picture it in different colors, and I think it looks amazing. So thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget you can get this at omlembroidery.com and get stitching your mug rugs. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!